Hello. Hello, chat. Shut up, God of War Ragnarok, before you get me copyright claimed by someone who didn't even own the song! But I digress. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Or whatever time you're watching it. Where'd I put my water bottle? There it is. Continuing with Rogue Trader. I'd be lying if I said I remembered where we left off. I know that we just purged the Mechanicus shrine in Kievama Gamma. We dealt with some heretics. And now we're back on the Woodchip Bridge, going to continue. I think we're going to deal with more Drukhari stuff. Maybe. That's what I'm assuming, at least. Alrighty. Alright, well, let's get there, shall we? What does our journal say we gotta do next? Gotta visit the Anvers base. Oh, that's a different one. New ruler. Oh, that's the Jehadari celebration. I'm gonna sneeze. Sneeze dealt with. Oh my god. The Merticulaf's on there with her crew on Footfall. I guess we'll head back to Footfall, I guess. Trust me, bro, never ask the Drukhari what they're into, man. Look, I am aware of what they're into, and I don't want anything to deal with it. Alright. Let's head back to Footfall, shall we? Lord Captain, our Astropathic Choir received a message from Dargonus. Noble houses express their gratitude for the restoration of trade routes between the remaining Von Valencia's planets and express their deepest condolences for the loss of worlds that did not survive these dark times. In addition, Governor Driveston has sent a private message to your ladyship. I humbly ask the Rogue Trader for an audience, if I may deliver it. God, I just got out of my damn boat. Alright. Or just got into the world. Alright, what's this guy want? What did he want? Ay, carombos. Everyone wants a piece of me. The Rogue Trader. Which is fair. I'm quite tasty. Yes, walk past my alien dog. Watch me spin my chair. Lord Captain, permission to report. The Voxmaster says, looking at you deferentially, your wise Lex mechanics have analyzed the state of the projector. They believe that thanks to your decisive actions, the acute phase of the crisis has passed. The domain of the Von Valencius dynasty is no longer facing dissolution and ruin. What's more, bringing Footfall to heel has strength... Oh, stay Footfall Station for starvation, granting your patronage and delivering shipments. Great, hell yeah. What's more, bringing Footfall to heel has strengthened your position as a rogue trader. Lady Theodora would have been glad to see such an important trade hub come under her sphere of influence. In honor of such a resounding triumph, Dargonus, as the capital lord of your dynasty's domain, is currently making preparations for the Magnae Accessio, grand ceremony of your public induction as the heir of the Honorable Theodora von Valencius. What is this ceremony? I swear an oath, then I shake a lot of sweaty hands. The grill of the Vox built in the Vigdus's face lets out a short rattle that indicates a chuckle. Good, because I'm funny. That much is certain, but that's not all there is to it. There will also be a reception, as well as other noble guests. The distinguished rogue traders Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Corda will be in attendance. It will be a great honor for Dargonus to host 3 illustrious dynasties at once. Your servants wish to know your opinion on 2 matters related to the ceremony arrangements. First of which is, what festive activities are to take place in the capital on this glorious day? Oh my god. So I decide how to entertain my subjects, to the rogue traders. Execute every embezzler, scoundrel, and con man. I will begin my reign by purging my realm of vermin. Wish to your prayers and win his people's faith. As rabble like to see, give out enough amasec for everyone, hold fights between tougher serfs. Let the poor be fed and fuel cells handed out to those in need. My reign shall begin with an act of benevolence. Yes. Your subjects will appreciate your generosity, Lord Captain. We are never short of people in need. Second matter on your servants' minds is, which of your 2 closest companions will give them the honor of standing by your side during this ceremony? You yell it to the public. I don't think she'll want that. Well, we gotta have Abelard. Servants House von Valentius will see in this community of the dynasty's glorious traditions. And I will have, doesn't matter who stands beside me. I mean, it'd be cool to have, no, Yurlet can, I doubt she wants the attention. We could do Sister Argenta. We could do Jay. She's my plug, if one might say. Let's say Jay. The more enterprising of your subjects will take note that you value a person's abilities over their lineage. I will see to it that your instructions are delivered to Dargonas. The master of ceremonies at the palace will report to you when the capital is ready to praise your name. Nice. Pascal. Pascal's voice pouring out of his Vox system crackles like thin ice under pressure. It is unclear whether this is nothing more than static or an expression of some emotion understandable only to the tech priest himself. God, I cannot read right now. Liliandra, following the Omnissiah's guidance, I request permission to execute the report protocol that entails describing suboptimalities within the recent operations of the ship's systems and subsequently proposing the appropriate course of action. I'm listening. Initiating exposition. With the Omnissiah's blessings, I conducted several sessions of tech meditation in an effort to transpense the available data streams into a matrix of patterns. The data subjected to this analysis comprised evidence of deviations in the operation of the ship's systems and servitors, as well irregularities in the algorithms of the ship's log. Well, we can't have that. I've arrived at the following conclusion. This vessel's machine spirit is most extraordinary. A full cycle of sacred diagnostics must be performed, followed by a complentia ritual. This ritual will force the spirit responsible for the recent events to reveal itself. Once it does, we will be able to understand its nature and take action applicable to said nature. Well, I feel like we should just get her done. Get her done, Pascal. You have my gratitude. I will notify my tech comrades to begin their preparations for the complentia ritual at once. Nice. Despite the resounding hum of the tech priest's words of prayer, the bridge feels unusually quiet. All sound sinks into viscous silence, like pebbles sinking into water. My tech comrades have spent the assigned number of cycles in prayer and vigil. Everything is prepared for the complenta ritual of cleansing. Its commencement will require an authorization key in the form of the blood of Von Valencius. If you are ready, place your hand in the Cyber Gargoyle's receiving module. Yeah, well, this guy knows more than I do. Stick my hand in it. Familiar cold metal burns your palm. This time, however, the servitor's jaws, instead of brutally clamping down your hand, merely squeeze it slightly. You feel a thin rivulet of hot blood beginning where the metal fangs have pierced your skin. Screeches and growls slowly rise from the bowels of the massive cogitator as if a great beast is stirring awake. The vid screens in front of you flicker restlessly. Key accepted. Activating purgation protocols. Suddenly, the vicious silence of the bridge rushes towards you and wraps you in a tight cocoon. The glow of the vid screen dims, but the symbols on them flare to life. Nom OS analyzing, hypoth intrusion, nom OS analyzing, hypoth lockout, nom OS analyzing, conclusion, prevention, nom OS sad. Pascal, what is going on? The complenta ritual is proceeding as intended. I don't think it's proceeding as intended. Pascal's voice cuts off abruptly. He brings in a hand to his Vox communicator in surprise. Why are you sad, old robot? Nom OS execute. Stop. Nom OS quiet. Nom no must. Hello. Hello to you too. Nomas are glad to be speaking. Nomas are here. Nomas have long been here. Why are we here? What do you want from us, Nomos? Are you friend or foe? The vid screen blinks in thought, signifying a pause in the conversation. Then one of them displays, Nomos von Valencius, we are your blood. Hey, wait a minute. I'm not a robot. You can't be my blood. Nomos are a sentinel. We awoke when the strange light invaded the ship. We protected you when you needed help. We escorted you when you were surrounded by danger. Nomos our movement. We carry you through the frightening, the waiting, the measureless. We helped when our ailing heart was refusing to awaken. You called us a hallowed spirit and asked us to guard you against your doom. We did everything to please you. Why? Silence on the bridge grows especially deep, almost painful. The hazel light around you thickens to the point of becoming practically intangible. Numbness ripples across your vid screens at once. Now, why do you fear us? I do not fear you, I'm trying to understand you. Noma sounds like a nice fun. I'm sure it'll be fine. Shiver runs up your hand, which is still trapped inside the starboard gargoyle's jaws. Servitor nods its head a few times as if shaking your hand. Its teeth rake your already wounded flesh. Nomos are glad. Nomos enjoy understanding too. Pascal, kill this thing. Pascal, who is still wrestling with his silent Vox system, quickly taps the cogitated keys and directs your attention to the small vid screen. It reads, requesting instructions. Option 1, finish the completion ritual. Will banish the entity Nomos. Option 2, stop the ritual. Initiate communion instead will appease the entity. No, Nomos does not want to be banished. Nomos want to help. Nomos want to understand. Start by clearing things up. Were you the one responsible for the ship's malfunctions? And what about the strange entries in the ship's log? Yes, Nomos did that. Are you angry? We only wanted to understand, to see how things worked. I hope they don't betray us like 2 other sentient robots from certain movies. No, look, sentient robots have never done anything bad, ever. Pascal, what's your take on this? Entity or benevolent? Unclear. Data insufficient. The possibilities are too... When Pascal starts typing again, strange expression appears on his face. Understanding the essence of the entity Nomos is beyond my reach at present. Hypothesis spectrum ranges from the extreme of abominable intelligence to the extreme of great spirit of the Omnissiah's apostle. The rite of tech communion appears to be a reasonable solution. The rite will take many cycles, but allow me to come closer to identifying the entity. What else can you do? Nomos, learn. Nomos, try new things. Do you want to see? Starbergo slowly turns his head, dragging your hand along with it. Skull's eyes flash red. Scarlet gaze falls upon one of the monotonously chanting junior technomats. You blink and the electric discharge erupts from the inside of the technomat's skull. Crimson-clad figure slumps to the floor. Does it please you? Do you want us to do it again? Pascal stops. You are provoking the machine. Cessation required. Ritual maintenance required. Nomos, enjoy communication. Leandra is our blood. In the name of the Emperor and by the will of the rogue trader von Valencia, I order you to stop. On this ship, none but I and the Imperium laws can dictate who lives and dies. We understand now. We may only stop functions of living when you tell us to. You will tell us, will you not? We enjoy doing things with you. Oh boy. I've got a sociopath robot in my goddamn boat. Do I kill it or do I keep it? Kill it, keep it. Kill it, keep it. Kill it, keep it. As a rogue trader, it is the most in-lore action for me to do the unreasonable thing of keeping it alive. Investigate the nature of this entity until we know the truth. Nomos want to learn what we are too. We will add things to your log. Things that might help us, help you. Pascal lets us something resembling a long breath. The decision is made. I will begin my preparations for the communion rite at once. Many cycles of interaction with the entity Nomos await me, but I will welcome this task and accept it from the Omnissiah. Oh boy. Pascal steps short and has realized that his Vox system is working once more. Nomos are glad. Will you speak to us too? We want you to speak with us. It'll be useful if it doesn't... Yeah, look, and if it betrays me, I will just kill it. Lord Captain's body lacks the sacred implants necessary for tech communing with the machine spirit's code, but if such is your wish, Lelandra can converse with you using lowly sound speech as she is doing now. I will speak with you, Nomos. Nomos are glad. We have been lonely. Our work here is done, Liliandra. I will let my tech comrades know that we are stopping the completion ritual. Thank you for appearing before us, Entity Nomos. Oh boy. Ouch. Alright, time to talk to my bridge officers. Alright, Abelard, what do you have to say about the incident?
Lord Captain?
Do the words Epitaph, Incident N870202, or Tech Blight mean anything to you? They're connected to Theodore somehow.
No, definitely not. No, I don't recall anything like that.
I must take my leave until next time, Abelard. Would you? I doubt she would know, but...
You are spoiling me with the splendor of you. Oh.
Okay, she knew nothing. Who else would know? Heinrich, maybe?
You have my complete attention.
I wish to speak to you about a personal matter. I'll have to look up what that does, because I don't want to bang him. Vigdis, what do you have to say? Can you recall anything unusual about Theodore's travels? Do the words epitaph, incident, N872-04, tech blight ring a bell? All of Lady Theodore's journeys could be considered unusual. Her odysseys were always audacious, as far as the words you mentioned. None of them sound familiar to me, as far as I can tell. Except maybe the incident. I recall coming to this across this world in transmission several times. I think it was repeated by the former Engiseer, the one who perished during Conrad Voidover's uprising. He was describing it as the incident, something quite remarkable. Apparently, at some point in the past, the entire ship was hit by a massive system failure. All systems stopped responding for 1/5 of a second. Most of the crew, including myself, as I was likely on board at the time, did not notice anything, but tech priests are sensitive to such things. That will be all for now. Okay, who else do I have to talk to for the incident? Helmsman. That's not him. Where is he? Where's my helmsman at? That's High Factorum. Heinrich. There he is. Helmsman Master Raivor. Tall man before you appears to be well. Oh. Does the word epitaph blah 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 blah. Can't say they do, Lord Captain. Doesn't ring any bells. Then again, remembering all the places Lady Theodora went is epitaph incident. We've always had heaps of incident happen on board, but through my implants I feel at one with the ship, and I sense that I don't know when it happened exactly. Started behaving differently. Became more responsive, livelier. Yeah, lively is exactly my word. And when you said epitaph and incident, it just dawned on me. Pardon my bungled report, Lord Captain, but that's all I've got to say on that front. Cool. Okay. Idira. What saith you, lady? I'm glad I haven't shot you. Epitaph incident.
They mean nothing to me. They're just words. A whisper. So quiet, I barely caught it. Like a feather landing on a pile of down. Something about damned ambitions, antiquity, terrible antiquity. And chance. Chance through it all. Oh, now I have a headache. And the stupid bloody whisper wasn't much help. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever...
Okay, well, you're very useful. Starting to regret not shooting you. Alrighty. Nomos. Incident that. The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us too. These are all links in the same chain, but we cannot piece them together yet. What have you been doing, Nomos? We've been studying and observing and helping the ship when we can. So many mechanisms they would have suffered without our input. What about research notes on tech blight that we obtained from the cache and key of Gamma? The name is also known to us. It is related to Nomos, although we do not understand how. People who accompany Theodore on her travels are strangely unaware of the incident and epitaph. Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memory archives. Or perhaps they simply do not want us to access them. It is a shame that no new information was obtained, but Nomos are grateful that you tried. I must take my leave. Alrighty. Now back to my goddamn... Back to Footfall to celebrate my awesomeness. Yeah, whatever. Rude. Alright. See if there's anything here. Gotta get all that promethium we can, baby. Sandtail's pride hives are oozing noxious haze veined with sulfurous streaks. Promethean firms in the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields, vast, endless dreadlands littered with spots of promethium stations and refineries separate to the colossi of rockleet and adamantine with its crown of the gargantuan spires. Heat of this system stars turn this world into a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of House Corda Protectorate. It's hard to tell what's more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or its extreme toxicity. Alright. Okay, so I need to get back to... Oops. Nice. Lord Captain, the mines on Veerbus 6 are once again in turmoil. At the depths of the level MDZ-05, the warders have discovered a mountain of mutilated bodies that is crushed by the millstones of the mining machines. All the dead were convicts. The guards believe that there's a cult of heretics operating in the ranks of slaves offering human sacrifices. The convicts themselves claim that this atrocity was committed on order of the superintendent to rid the prison of more inconvenient prisoners. Superintendent tried to reason with the mob of slaves, but was mauled instead. His desecrated remains were found inside the cells where the prisoners were being tortured during the interrogation of the strange convicts. The wardens have managed to isolate the rebels inside the mining facilities, but an assault would result in high loss of workforce. On the other hand, the slaves are ready to lay down their weapons, cease the violence, and repent if the rogue trader would only demonstrate some compassion towards their plight, possibly by reforming some of the more severe punishment. Yeah, order them stop torturing. Having learned the rogue traders in session on their behalf, the convicts wept and prayed for her ladyship. The wardens have generously abstained from vengeance, only hanging the ones who provoked the riot, slaves not lifting a finger of protest. Or how else would they react? Rules of mining facilities have been relaxed a bit, and the wardens were strictly instructed not to use their electro-batons during preventative beatings, only their fists and feet, and the cruel practice of decimation was replaced with human deprivation of rations as punishment for not fulfilling quota. The convicts rejoiced. Interrogation also did not yield any information to help identify the one behind the murders that sparked the riot. Level MD Z05 has been sealed. Cool. What about Kiev Gamma? Lord Captain, the Tick Priests have made a sinister discovery on Kiev. Also, fun fact, back when I was a little baby, I thought seeds grew birds, since my dad would throw bird seeds in the backyard and I would come back to see birds everywhere. Amazing. I mean, the logic stands, I can see it. Lord Cam, the Tech Priests have made a sinister discovery on Kiev Gamma, a blasphemous machine built at the best of the wicked Cubus Def Delphim. The mechanism is capable of picking up whispers of the warp, seems to occasionally transmit discordant binaric melody into nowhere. No encrypted data or other threats have been detected. It seems to be functional side effect of sorts. Of course, the idea of using a machine instead of astropaths to conduct the voices of the warp may seem tempting. This machine is teeming with corruption. Its fuel tanks are satiated with the liquefied souls of your subjects. It is enough for now, but someday it will have to be refilled. What does my retinue think? On behalf of the Inquisition, I hereby declare a ban on any contact with this device. Must be removed and given to our acolytes. Normally, that would be all, but I will explain further. Out of respect for you, the Inquisition can reap benefits from this heretical machine. Our trained acolytes are able to carry a vigil near it, carefully listening to the dark whispers of the spirits of the Immaterium without succumbing to their corruption. You can discover their plans and warn the rogue trader whenever a threat may loom over her domain. The demons want us to hear their vile speeches. Let them hear our righteous cry. Let me summon the most zealous preachers who dedicate their lives and zeals to reading a litany of fury and rage to this machine. Let the inhabitants of the warp hear and fear us. Alright, we're not doing that. Blasphemous creation has been anathemized and deconstructed. In the name of total knowledge acquisition, the principles of the works must be inspected beforehand in the great secrecy, requesting the right to investigate the heretical device before disposing of it. Heinrich, take the horrible machine away. Squad of Inquisition's acolytes secretly requisitioned the desecrated machine. After a short while, some of the rather curious anonymous warnings begin to arrive on Dargonius. Each of them had undoubtedly been paid for it, blood and soul, and selfless defender of the Imperium. Thanks to the information overheard in the Whispers of the Warp, many heretical plots and blasphemous messages sent by the Cult of the Final Dawn have been uncovered. The Protectorate has gained a new line of defense. Hell yeah. Ooh, big old plasma gun. Some hull integrity. Let's do compassionate. Let's do compassionate silent. Where's footfall? Nice. Shireen, if you find a spare moment on footfall when you are not deciding our lackluster fates, would be delighted to see you on my Amicar and the Amicus. I'll tell Oxy to set a decent wine in case you decide to grace our humble party with a luminous presence. It'd be my pleasure to attend the party. Lowly Regs Amisex will be telling their great-grandchildren about the time they had the honor of witnessing your dazzling visit to that unworthy dive. Shireen, that is, of course, if they live long enough to see their great-grandchildren. Well, I'll take all these, I guess. Then I gotta go to the throne room on Dargonus after this one. That made a noise. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, we're already here. Nice.
I always have a backup plan.
Hello.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Are we in here?
Keep your wits about you.
Welcome back. What kind of goods are you willing to buy? I think I've read all these. Alright. Sorry. Where do I have to go? Pros, acquisition, social fund.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, there she is. I'm blind. You easily spot Jay in the crowd grouped around the table. The extravagant luxury of her attire and her gleaming augment sets her apart from the rest. Seeing you, she exclaims, "May the gravitational wells on your world never lack for grip, just as my heart never lacks for joy at the sight of the rogue trader von Valencius." That's me. Oh. With improving chuckle, Octane even mutters, "I can't believe you actually roped the rogue trader into coming to your party. If the rogue trader raises a toast to your health, I'll start to believe you really are a princess." Not just a smuggler with the gift of the gab. Please take a seat, your ladyship. I'll gladly accept your offer. Tinia draws out a bottle from under her table. The glass is as thick as your finger and also covered in wax seals. No exaggeration, this is my finest amasec that's ever graced this bar. Jay personally acquired it, as she says, for a special occasion. Seems you are the special occasion, your ladyship. Crowd around the table falls silent and exchange awkward looks. It would appear they are unaccustomed to drinking in the presence of lofty individuals such as you. Let's drink to the lady at the hour. The assembled group bursts into approving cheers, and the bar is filled with the sounds of clinking glasses. The amasec tastes exorbitantly expensive, sweeping you in a kaleidoscope of flavors: tart, floral, bitterness, honeyed sweetness, and then other far more refined sensations that are nameless, owing to the small number of who can afford them. Bravo, Octi. The amasec will do me very well indeed. Jay's self-satisfied reply elicits general laughter, and the tension at the table seems to loosen slightly. You and Jay are friends. Octaviana. Octaviana offers you an arch smile. Friends, she's my worst enemy. Vengeful spirit of retribution sent to punish me for my youthful transgressions. Mistress Haydari is a special gift for knocking me off balance and dragging me into difficulty. I would have barred her from Amasecus long ago if it weren't for her habit of tossing around money like confetti, paying triple for anything she breaks. Do you see the petty, misery, callous, unforgiving friends the Exalted One has sent me? So these are your associates. Precious roses in the garden of my soul, and my golden little bees that bring honeyed riches to my treasured house. Yes, this is my crew of cold traders. The two identical twin ones are the Trickster's twins, my close associates, Cora, a resident hothead, and this much wiser sister Tora. Don't let her fool you. The ladyship, your ladyship, she's only calling us me a precious rose 'cause you're here. It's just us. I'm lucky if I get that arsehole with a gun. Maybe because you are an arsehole with a gun. If I dragged you out as many scrapes as Jay has, then that's not the name I'd be using for you. Tell you that much. Pay no attention to his, your ladyship. Cause nobody to blame but himself for that nickname. Oh, who is this? Are we about to experience some drama? Falco, the man who just approached the table, is hideous by anyone's standards. A repulsive face, greasy hair, bulging veins at his temples. His attempt to an amiable smile so transparently false and off-putting that your fingers itch to reach for your weapon. Surprised look askance at you, he says, Mistress Ada, allow me to wish you a happy Amakar. Master Mercy cannot let such an occasion go unmarked. He sends his warm wishes in a gift. Oh, Falco, I am much obliged and touched by your presence. May the fire in your hearth burn forever bright and hot like the stars of the Grimoire system. Tell Mercy to show this show of his precious attention toward my humbled self brought dew to my eyes and a song to my heart. Where's your present for Jay, Falco? Isn't Falco the one who stole Jay's cargo? The very same, the greasy piece of grok shit. But the stars of the Grimoire system all died 100,000 years ago, and the systems around them are a true breeding ground of death. Is it customary in the Caspelica to attend parties of the people you've tried to ruin? After you've got involved in their turf war, they had decided that a peaceful resignation would be the best. This here's a symbolic confirmation of the ceasefire. Where's your presents for Jay, Falco? Smuggler stares at you unblinkingly, his pale eyes saying nothing, then he rearranges his mouth into a smile remarkable in its hideousness. Of course, your ladyship, and this is a gift from me personally, Mistress Haydari, exotic venom blade. Yoink, took his sword. Falco turns away from the table. You see snarl, feral hatred, twist in his already repulsive features. What were you talking about before I arrived? Business, my dear Tora, whose mind never strays from the chilly peaks of the mountains of money she's made, was telling me the latest cold trade news. Exciting times are upon us. We're not the only ones being tested for weak spots. Vladim's setting up ultra-requisitors out of business, and it looks like he's got Mercy's blessings to do it. The big beasts are picking off the small ones. I think things are only going to get more interesting from here on out. That means it's time for us to step up and become major players. Eh? She winks at Jay. I know a couple of Chengas from... Oh, this is a guy. Wait, this is Core. I knew a couple of Chengas from the Ultra Requisitioners. They're dry as you like. Could tell them to cool their heels with us, and they'll be more willing at the other altars. You take on Falco and even blow Vladimir at the airlock too. Come on, my sweet. Before you go chewing Feiseline with Chegnars, you need to be clear the altar and hide the pulses. Vladim's playing all the lines. He won't touch me, but I don't want to shift the risk into you. There's chatter about the commission. Even the foes are bowing before Jehadari. That is something worth celebrating. And what better way to celebrate than with a game? With stakes, naturally. Today in my Amakar, and that's what I want. Today's my Amakar, and that's what I want. Jay draws stock of carved plasteel tiles from her pocket. They are decorated with symbols and fine mag lines. Holding the tiles in one hand, raises her glass with another. Jay asks, "What do you think, Shireen? Does the rogue trader have anything she's willing to wager?" You recognize the tile in Jay's hand is to set for 10 toe low. Popular game among gamblers. Each player's dealt several tiles, which can be arranged in a pattern whatever a specific value by carefully matching up the mag lines. Whoever's the highest value wins. Voidsmen love playing 10 toe low, and usually won by luck or skill. I don't know the rules. It's easy. Every player's dealt a few tiles. Tiles are connected by mag lines, and there are lots of possible combinations. You arrange the tiles in the design as a particular value. Whoever has the highest value wins. Oh, okay. She just told me what I already read. I shall play. Watch out for her ladyship, lads. She's awful quick to agree just now. I have a sneaking suspicion about how the rogue trader acquired all her countless riches. But I'll warn you now, playing for money is considered wrong in Ifrit, because gaming is a tempting fate. So instead, we're going to play for wishes. Look at your hand. You've been dealt a poor hand. You cannot make a high-value arrangement from the tiles. I'm going to show my hand. The exalted one loves me today. No luck. Chuckling, Jay tosses her tiles on the table. Her hand is significantly better than yours or anyone else's. And for my wish, I want everyone to drink to my good fortune. It's already been granted for me a gift fit a queen. Talking about you, Shireen. May fortune continue to smile upon me. Everyone at the table eagerly raises their glasses. You join in before you are even aware you have done so. New stack tiles is waiting for you on the table. You realize that moments have skipped past without you knowing. Seems the Amsec is somewhat stronger than you thought. Now this one is definitely a good hand, one of the best you can get. When you look up, you see that everyone else apart from Jay has already tossed their tiles on the table in disappointment. Two of us left, Shireen. I'm going to show my hand. I show my hand. Slide your hand at everyone's table into a flurry of excitement. But the chatter turns in a roar of triumph. Jave's hand is the most valuable in the game. I win again. What should I wish of you, Shireen? Request a kiss when the opportunity presents itself. Shriek's smile appears on Jay's face. I love playing for high stakes, Shireen. An excellent suggestion. This is a debt I will definitely call in. I feel like she's cheated me. Tiles are dispersed among the table, forming piles in front of each player. You suddenly feel your body grow heavy. The treacherous Amsec slowly robbing you of your clarity of thought. Look at my tiles. Your hand is not especially good or bad. It's the hand only played by someone desperate with nothing left to bet. Before anyone shows their hand, I'm announcing addition. Seeing as it's on my Amar card today, the stake I only play is for a dance. Do I want to try to cheat, or do I want to dance with her? I'll dance with her. Unless your hand takes the card, her tiles face down. Mine are worse. Looks like you won, Shireen. I'll be delighted to grant you a wish. The light plays on Jay's dark skin and glints off the silver archmetic of her throat. Moving with the grace of a sand shake, she holds her gaze and smiles mischievously. Her dark curls fall across her face, and you see the saucy glint in her eyes through her alluring curtain of hair. We're in, boys. The title's misleading. This is just 40k gambling. Look, we're gambling with the stakes of the galaxy, okay? It's all part of the plan. Dance is called the Dance of the Captive Ravanian Girl. The governor of the Efreet Selamakan, the bright crushed the Ravayan rebellion. The daughter of the rebel leader was brought to him. Just beautiful Nyana. She danced for him, telling him of the struggle of her proud people. They snatched a weapon from the guard's hand and aimed it at Selamakan. But the spark of love that kindled between them that day stopped the Feiseline from igniting in the cartridge. Both Nyana and Selamakan lived through the day, and then many more days which they spent together. Jay, you wouldn't be cheating by chance. How could you even suggest such a thing, Shireen? Has Jehadari really fallen so low that someone could think me capable of deceit? Jay brings her hand to his chest and tragic gesture to the approving guffaws of her associates. It's enough betting for me, and my luck is fickle today. Unlike Amasek, you can always trust Amasek. It always lies. Smiling sweetly, Jay presses your goblet in your hand. Her skin seems to glow from within, and the sparks of laughter in her eyes dance like flames. By the throne, you are so beautiful, Jay. Yeah, I'm getting in there. We're in. She whispered something in my ear, I assume. Leaning in, she whispers in your ear, I know, Shireen. Fog swallows your mind, and the appealing ideas of other ways you could amuse yourself at this party. Surrendering the maelstrom of chaotic thoughts, you let the all-pervading merriment determine your fate. No, I'm gonna get robbed in a back alley. No, my pockets. I'm laying sideways. This doesn't seem right, but it is a large bed, so who knows. The thoughts tumble violently inside your head, periodically ricocheting off the inside of your skull and triggering bursts of piercing pain. Your tongue feels dissociated and shriveled in your mouth, and scrapes painfully against your teeth. Light is the enemy. Self-awareness returns unbidden, bringing it with an inexplicable sense of awkwardness. Your beleaguered body violently protests against the very idea of getting out of your soft bed. You hear a soft sigh beside you. Looking over, you see dark hair fanned out across your pillow. Jay, who is cozied up next to you, as fast asleep, is fully dressed just as you are. Perhaps she's not asleep at all. Shireen, you certainly know to have a good time. I'm not going to say we did not. We've literally done this before. Cruz, try to remember the end of the party. You struggle to piece together for your fragmented memories of last night's carousing. For some reason, you can clearly recall the interrogating looks of the wardens as they tried to persuade you to stop, cries of the beggars to whom you gave an absolutely obscene amount of alms, and the stamping of the servitor that you rode around the station to Jay's unconcealed glee. How did the night end? I don't remember all of it. I think we shot at some people over their heads. Someone didn't offer us the required amount of respect. And you said that flying a shuttle was easy and that you would bet your warrant you could get us to the ship. We also stripped a man and burnt his clothes because the sight of him offended the Exalted One. Ugh, I can still smell the singed fibers now. We got fucking crunk. You can smell it too. You feel slight burn marks on your fingers. You notice one more thing. Your lips feel rough and dry, like they've been nipped over and over by another's teeth. We need to make ourselves presentable. I'm sorry to say you're right, Shireen. No matter how soft the bed or how pleasant the company, it's a line we must not cross, and I'm perilously close to doing exactly that by getting a couple of bottles of delicious medicine for our aching heads. Nice. Cool. Ooh, goods. Interesting. Alright. Wait, where am I? Take me to the door. See if Jay has anything else to talk about.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or do you wish to discuss business with the newly appointed
I'll see you later.
Oh.
Okay, nothing new from her. So, to Dargotis. Alrighty. I have an email. From where? Oh, nothing important. Alrighty. So we gotta go to Dargonis, which is all the way up here, right? Yes. Warp Breach and Godly Fiend spreading Sorcerer's Disease walk the lower decks. Gathering cohort of infected voicemen. No measure to the entire Ben. Blessed by holy gifts. Victory of the Rogue Trader's enemies came at a high price. Still, the next time we cleanse the war spawn, albeit take the blood of hundreds of voidsmen to wash away evidence of their presence. Yeah, darn. Okay, I should have just went and dealt with it myself, I suppose. I haven't actually visited this yet. Is there anything here? Let's just burn with fire. Solve it the old-fashioned way. When in doubt, burn it out, you know? Lord Captain, the Vox systems intercepted a distress signal from an Imperial vessel. System contains a ship that belonged to the planetary fleet of Dargonus, the capital of the Von Valentius dynasty. Transmission is repeated at regular intervals, but the message itself is corrupted. A cacophony of requests for help, groans, and shouts. What in the world is your name? They're shouting, Lord Captain. Okay, well, we'll just head over to this gutted void ship, I suppose. Scan it. Going down. There's a sound when the loading is finished now. That's not how it used to be.
I do not like the Lord Captain's interest in Mistress Haydari. She is useful, but letting her get so close is imprudent.
Listening to you now, First Officer Viserion, I wonder if you guarded Lady Theodora's bed as vigilantly as you do the current Lord Captain's.
Tell him. You tell him off, Heinrich. Tell him off. There's dead people here.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
There's living people here.
Demand your death.
Yeah, Pascal, I guess you go here, I guess. Anyone up there? Not particularly. So I guess Abelard, you'll go here. Argenta, here. Villette, you can go. I suppose you could just go there. I will go here. Heinrich, you will go here. Alright, well, first things first. On the realist. Second things first.
Who if not me?
Oh, there's someone there. Agile and mutant. Okay. Well, first of all, let me just...
On it.
I'm gonna buff myself. And fucking just shoot this guy with the bolt pistol.
Consider this a taste of what's to come.
This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Nice.
If I must.
Out of my way!
You will die screaming!
Okay, I'm sure we will. Alrighty.
Ancestors guide me.
And put this one
I am
down.
not your Xenos pet. I deal death with my hands. I will not. If it serves your cause.
Oh my god, they all go so much enemies in between my allies.
I serve the ruinous powers! Chaos guides me!
Don't knock
won't
down
go
my
down
boy like
easy.
that, that's fucked up.
I'll tear you limb from limb. I serve the ruinous powers.
I'm sure you do, lady.
Suffering is
Ouch. Okay, well, first of all,
But of course, Lord Captain,
Lord Captain,
for the throne's glory.
for the throne's glory.
Let's see to it. Everyone, step aside.
Oh, I didn't apply the assassin thing. Yeah, whatever. Oh, shit.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
And then we'll pop
Doubt is for the
concentrated
weak.
fire. Can I get all of them here? Or?
Is why I was chosen.
And then we'll do it
As the
again.
Emperor commands, I act.
Nice.
I'll do it.
Cleanses the body.
Okay, well, first of all, and then I'm just gonna swing on him. Nice. Fucking schwack that guy for 33 damage on the funsies. Alrighty.
I won't compromise my principles.
Damn, I was hoping I'd be able to get his ass up.
Your end was inevitable.
Nice.
It's as good as done.
That, and then we're just gonna buff my boy right here. Can I blind this motherfucker?
I won't stand
Nope,
for it.
can't blind
I'll
that
make
guy.
it happen.
I can blind that person. Cool, they're blinded.
Death to the weak!
Endure.
Argenta does not give a shit.
Beg for your life!
Don't hit her.
I bring ruin!
An unworthy soul eradicated.
Yes, they will know my blade. Stop spontaneously mutinying.
It's nothing.
Oh my god.
I am your doom!
Injured. I'm in pain.
Okay. Alright, so first of all,
Naturally. I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
I'm gonna pop this. I'm gonna just 7 to 11.
I won't object to it.
Only 10 damage? Brutal.
For the throne's glory. I won't object to it.
Pain cleanses the body. God Emperor, move through me.
Oh,
Be
nice
the
dodge.
fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Can I get this guy actually? No, I can't. What about you? Let's just
Doubt
get
is
this
for the
guy.
none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
We'll pop
As
all
the
three.
Emperor commands, I act.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna get this guy and then we'll end the turn there. Pascal, you're gonna stand here. We're gonna mark this guy with weakness. And do this. They changed how Death Whisper works. Does a little more damage now.
Running binaric override. Request approved.
Nice.
We function as one. Cogitation failed.
Okay, well, I've been in worse scenarios here, to be honest. So what we're just gonna do is... Don't parry me, first of all.
You should feel honored to witness this.
No more enemies that way, so I think I'm gonna have Abelard run over here. Can't do anything without hitting her, so we're just gonna
Victory is imminent.
do this.
I will do my duty.
And then we're gonna hit this guy with a hammer. Gotta hit him with a
At your
hammer.
beck and call. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Use a charge, go forward,
It
hit him
will
with
be
a
done.
hammer. And then guess what? We're gonna hit him
At
with a
your
hammer.
beck and call. I took care of this one.
Can I shoot him from here?
Stop trying, monkey.
Really?
That is beneath me.
Well,
You cannot force me, Elantak.
High momentum.
I'm not interested. I will do my duty.
well, I tried my darndest. Alrighty.
Reading damage to bulk.
Thanks.
I need your Aegis, O Emperor.
Pop this and then just fucking swing on him. Wow, only 3. Brutal.
More trouble than it's worth.
Alright, well.
Eradicate. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'm gonna run over here.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Alright. Got him.
Successfully terminated. My competencies are not that universal.
Let's make some
All right.
opportunities.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Okay, and then we're just gonna...
A tactically sound approach. Indeed.
You know what? Worth a shot.
It will be done.
Flesh is weak, yet iron knows no pain.
Not sanctioned to do this.
Well, that's only slightly annoying. I don't really want to waste a grenade on this guy.
Alas, no. Naturally.
Insects begin crawling underneath my skin. Or is it his skin? I don't know.
Request denied. Advancing.
Nice miss.
My ears are ringing.
That's fine.
I move as if unseen. I will not.
Okay, if she can't see him from here, it's
That
a
is
scam.
beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Oh, come on.
I understand your...
Nice.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Books some items of luxury. Clear the passage.
Compared to naval service.
So my buddy
That
said
was barely a challenge.
Bad in naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Rise to
I'm
the
sure
top,
it was.
or get left in the dark.
What the For the Emperor! I like that guy. This tech priest is pissing their pants. The leader of the ravaged ship's crews wipes the sweat from brow, motion characteristic to the navigators, not with his whole hand, but with two fingers moving from left to right and back so as not to touch his third eye by accident. This move is the only sign of fatigue he allows himself. His posture is immaculate, his shoulders wise, eyes front, as if he did not just emerge from a grueling battle, simply grinning on the bridge of an uneventful day. My greetings, your ladyship. There's no need for introductions. I know the heirs of House von Valentius, line of sight. Line by sight. I am An of House Cassani, navigator of this vessel, and the senior surviving officer. I assumed command after the incident. Oh, wow, rude. As Hans speaks, the others glare at you with dour attention. Up close, you can plainly see that every one of them is mutant. Their face and their bodies bear the mark of incredibly grotesque deformities, the same as the muttering madman who attacked you. However, Han's associates seem perfectly clear-eyed and showing no signs of madness. What happened to your ship and crew, Han? I cannot speak right now. Ship is assigned to the port of Dargonis. Some time ago, the captain was instructed to deliver a package, urgently by hand to you, your ladyship. We were even shown a picture of your face. Navigator's voice seems calm, yet there's tension in his eyes, which are trained on you. Disaster struck during warp jump. I will never know all the details as I was preoccupied with my primary duties, but for some reason the captain decided to open the package that, you may have noticed, had the most destructive impact on the crew. Han frowns. The package contained a chaos artifact, a chaos bomb, if you will. The moment it was removed from its protective cocoon, the crew began to lose their mind and mutate. First to be afflicted was the captain and the senior officers, but the effect spread with an incredible speed. Every deck was consumed by it, every last one. The raging mutants, no longer sane, damaged many systems. The ship was in distress and would have almost certainly been destroyed had I not resorted to making an emergency exit from the warp. To the people you see here, the only survivors, or rather, the only ones we have to both retain their lives and sanity, gathered everyone I could, isolated the source of danger, and sent out a distract signal. We were adrift, waiting for help to come and fighting off mad crew members, and you arrived. So the Chaos Bomb package was meant for me. As far as I'm aware, the order came from Conrad Voidover, the Master of Whispers in the Rogue Trader's retinue. It's likely that he arranged the delivery, either personally or through intermediates. Albert's face turns a deep puce. That blasted traitor beat us to Dargonis, is now free to act with impunity. It would not surprise me to find out this was the work of sorcery. How else could he have reached the world in such time? A heretic who is vested with legitimate power and whose latest activities remain a mystery to us all. Believe me, An individual like your former Master Whispers will not stop at sending chaos artifacts in his attempts to destabilize your protectorate. Han pauses, then audibly, and then adds bluntly, almost brazenly, "Your reaction suggests that you were not expecting a package of this sort. That is good to know. I must convince myself that the rogue trader was deliberately collecting chaos artifacts. Don't dare accuse me of colliding with chaos, don't even suggest it. I am not tainted by chaos, and I knew nothing of this package. I give you my word as a rogue trader." Gives you a searching lip, then Baz said, "I beg your pardon, your ladyship. Saw the terrible death of the entire crew with my own eyes. I was forced to bring the ship out of the warp by means of emergency maneuver." You can tell it's a British game because they add an E to the end of maneuver. "Then I had to fight my former comrades, insane and twisted, and I am tired. However, the senator wanted us all." Han makes a sweeping gesture in the direction of the corpses of the crews. "Time to your ship and not yours. Were you not affected by mutations and madness? Well, that depends. I was born a mutant, you see. Navigators are taught to resist the influence of chaos, and so I've been, as best I could. I'll be frank with you. I cannot be certain that I've avoided it completely. No visible indications yet." Awareness tech succeeded. All signs point to Han telling the truth, but you also notice clear evidence of how difficult it is for him to struggle against the corruption. He's extremely tired and particularly exhausted. Where's the artifact now? Tension in his posture and gaze became even more noticeable. Placed inside a protective sarcophagus. More reliable than previous repository. Unfortunately, an artifact as powerful as this one could not be destroyed under these circumstances, or rather, I had no assurance that it would not disintegrate every one of us and scatter us across several light hours of neighboring space. But, once we're off the ship, I will absolutely find a way to destroy the vile thing. Can't leave the ship. Trust me, I will take the sarcophagus that holds the artifact, deliver it to those who can destroy it safely. Persuasion twice succeeded. Han gives you a scrutinizing look, then nods. "I would like to take your word. I have no other choice, but what will become of me and of my remaining crew? You can't come to the room. Crew will be terminated. Taking you aboard my ship. There, my word is law. No one will dare take issue with you despite the mutations. Thank you. Han salutes you, Lord Captain." Boom. Out here making friends. Navigator's throne. Ooh, goods.
I'm watching your back. Always.
I always have a backup
You don't have to say
plan.
it so menacingly, Heinrich. I know, my ass is fat. My ass is fat and my legs are juicy. You don't have to be all menacing. Speak the truth, my son. Get all these to cargo. Alright, well, let's check some space dust, shall we? Yeah, so I go with that boom, boom, boom. One complaint about this game is that the pacing is pretty rough at times. But you know, it's a CRPG. Those always take a bit longer. Oh, I popped my neck and it hurt. Can't do anything there. I want to go to the planet, please. I reckon we'll take J. Does it matter who I take? I'll take J, whatever. Just in case I need her with me in the party to have her by my side. Oh my god. I just got a bad case of the hiccups. We'll probably finish up here depending on how long it is, and then we'll probably end the stream there. Bit of a shorter stream, but, you know, Stream later in the afternoon, just testing things, see how it felt. Feels good to stream late in the afternoon, but also, I guess it doesn't matter who I take at my party because they all get sent away, but whatever. Yeah. Oh, man. The next been killing me lately. Killing me. Not really. It's just been a minor annoyance. Hello, Master of Ceremonies. Your ladyship, it is a great honor to serve you in the undertaking as the monumental and glorious as the Magnaio ceremony. Is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared, and we are ready to begin at command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged. Guests of honor either arrived on the planet or a wedding invitation in near orbit. Servants are already in your chambers to see fit that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Let us begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. Ceremony, ceremony, ceremony. Nothing better than a Lehman Rush. Rejoice, Van Valentia's subjects, the honor of her ascension. Rook Trader generously shows her favor. In an unfathomable benevolence, the Rogue Traders decreed that every soul be given a day's rations and a personal fuel cell so that you all may be fed and warm on this day. Praise the Rogue Traders' magnanimity. Are they booing me? Stop that. Oh, there we go. Yo, it's the Lehman Russ with Meltas on the side. The crowd below is roiling, their electrified exaltation filling the air of Dargonis. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are the apex of the world and all others. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the mass ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonis! You have been... Here, let me lean back and shout so it's actually like... You have been granted felicity of witnessing your mistress, a great honor bestowed upon us by the rogue trader Liliandra von Valencias. Is that cool? Does that sound good? Gracious savior of Dargonis and vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. Don't tell that to, like, one of my crew members. Yikes. Cleanser Jade is one who at hand brought death upon the blaspheming Xenos, and the other exterminated despicable worshippers of the archenemy. Because I did destroy the Eldarian Janus, and I killed what's-her-face. Protector of Footfall, that's me. Hush falls over the crowd, who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from recent battles of Argonis. Like children, they await their word for the Almighty Mother. Remember, they have no ruler than me. Serve faithfully. Praise the Emperor, faithful souls. The darkness around us may be fierce, but the blaze in our hearts is fiercer still. Evil will burn. Fear not the coming day. Henceforth, you are all my charges. Dogmatic. Yeah. Fear not the coming day. Henceforth, you are all my charges. Joyful cries carry your name upward and beyond the atmosphere of Dargonis, all the way to the Emperor's throne. Oh boy, I hope he's proud of me. I am impressed. Dargonis adores its ruler with no less than we adore our rulers on Ifrit. Jay, who is the epicenter of adoration being lavished upon you, smiles radiantly and casually displays her gleaming gold bionic arm for the crowd's greedy gaze. I like it, Shireen. Adequate. Dargonus has not disappointed. Albert forces a smile of satisfaction from his face and whispers to you, "You remember the next part yet? Yes, your ladyship will be asked to take the oath." Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. "Let the oath of the Von Valentius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your ladyship. I, Liliandra, rogue trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity." I, Liliandra, rogue trader, by grace of the God Emperor, vow to be a paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first in the darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble, it's the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Nice. Cool. Do I have to speak to anyone here? Yes, let me talk to you. This is fucked up. There's Eldari statues versus a commissar. That's fucked up. Can I speak to her? No, she's pissed at me. Understood. What about you, Abelard? Oh, there seems to be some sort of happenstance going on. Where's Abelard? Let me speak to my man. Abelard. Oh. Hello. Governor Urban Drivesim stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is redirected at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. As soon as you approach, Drivesim is the first to give you the elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest of the expression. This is a great day, your ladyship. I welcome you to my palace, honored guest. You are buffeted by a salve of congratulations and compliments. Study the faces of the nobles in attendance. Drivesim is obviously still the leader of Dargo's aristocracy, but judging by the curiosity he is showing to the young Sorback, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sorback and Gaprak are whispering in another corner. Sarback, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to stay away from Gaprak to his side. Which could be quite disadvantaged to Lady Gaprak, after all. The disaster on Kiev Gamma left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Wasarians stand apart, their exclusion from the rest palpable. Not to the Inquisitor, my greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. It's Salazar. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Liliandra von Valentius. May shadows never darken the light of the astronomicon that guides you. Inquisitor's companion, the crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mast, mounted with dozens of automatics, comes the metallic grass. Glory to the Von Valentius heir. Study Inquisitor. I failed. The Inquisitor seems to be amiable. Temperature and expression is less. His calm gaze does not bode any immediate or harsh punishment. Tech use succeeded. Among many augmentations, the stands out this horribly melted, deformed cogitator connected to the Tech Priest's head. How his working is baffling. What is twice as baffling as Tech Priest hasn't replaced yet. What unpredictable influence can be this ruined implant have on his mind? And who is the member of the honorable priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Amagos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty of the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works have been desecrated by Xenos, are dangerous, they warrant. His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, ragged breathing. Seems that the Tech Priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues. Warrant due caution. Governor Oberon Drivesim, staring at you, Brass Whisper writes gravely. I saw your companion during the ceremony. Rumor has it that she partakes in the cold trade. Careful which dangerous curios that her associates will try to sell you. An unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable. Behind his mask, you detect a hint of mockery. You've not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Salazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Order Xenos, Head of the Cornus Expanse, conclave the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task. Oh, and Lord Inquisitor of the region. It's my unending task to ensure the sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. Enjoy the party. Evening will certainly be illuminating. Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed drive-sim, you notice a couple of young nobles in Sarback and Gaprex colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dragonis have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. A tall man in grey power armor adorned with a column with a skull is undoubtedly a high-rank inquisitor. He keeps his periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor, and a tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Albert stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drive-Stem. Next to him is a young one. You notice a family resemblance between them. Take a guess at who is allied with whom at this tangle of snakes. I failed. Being upon our intricacies of this plain landscape of your capital, but your only reward is effort and a headache. What were we discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dragonis. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope you respond to their raid on Dragonis with a punitive campaign. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. The pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. Gotta remember, there are different people here. He talks ardently and smoothly, like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. Oh, they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. Young man in Gaprex color speaks with but his opinion seems to carry little weight in this article. Smile venomously. And how many Xenos have you killed personally, Sourback? He flushes and mumbles inherently. The Honorable Mactress forbade, but I did not let me go to the battle. Inquisitor stands among these guests and offers a thin smile. Must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust towards enemies in the Imperium without ever having seen one at a blade's distance. What is your name? Your ladyship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Wessarian, my great-granddaughter Astartia. Albert looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, your ladyship. Astaria bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Modesty forbids my esteemed forebear to say this himself, or so I will. Our entire family is grateful to you for wishing to see someone of Wessarian blood at your side as you claim your inheritance. Drivesome exchanges telling glances with young Sourback, who is, judging by his face, suddenly finding the collar of his expansive frock coat uncomfortably tight. I hope the Wessarian family gives Albert the rest of the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your ladyship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness. I'm obliged to you, Asteria. Looks like Albert is somewhat embarrassed by the turn the conversation has taken. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your ladyship. Never before I've seen such a grand and striking ceremony. But I was much more amazed by your generosity. The provisions that are being handed out in the streets of the capital will make the difference between life and death for many of those who lost everything in the Xenos attack. Perception test succeeded. Young Gabriel keeps staring at Asteria, curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Aw, cute. Where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some more of the crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Asteria frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Albert to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception, where I can do nothing to serve your ladyship. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. So you should become my servant as well. Asteria flushes and starts talking quickly and with fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course, I've been working on a project for the last 4 years we could set up. Enough, Astaria. I highly doubt that her ladyship is interested in listening to some fantasies of a young woman, how to run her protectorate. Albert shoots Clive's glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Hold your tongue, Urbend. Harnd Asteria continues in the tone of a seasoned administrative stratum clerk. I was suggesting to set up a chain of stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ship's route so that it may split long warp jumps into a series of safer, shorter jumps from one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of journeys and accessibility of colonies. The more and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes Lex mechanic reports and accounts of starship captains. Steria's vigor and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous of commentators. They all stand there in silence, trying to digest what she's saying. Albrecht surveys the quiet nobles with triumph and then looks at her great-granddaughter with pride. Enjoy the evening. Thank you, your ladyship, and I leave them. I ain't trying to get all up in that business. Lord Imperium. Oh. The venerable Lehman Rush, known as Scipion Punisher, was served the Von Valencia's dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in battle with the Xenos inhabited Scipius II, but it heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the God Emperor. God damn, what a tank. Oh, I've got to get in on this. So we have a Eldar, traitor and criminals, I assume. Yay, they clap for me. Cool. A little bit of a shooting game. What's up here? Xenos trophy. Just some Xenos nonsense. What do I have to do now? Rogue Trader's Winter Scaling Quarter and to the throne room. I 100% can't talk to her, right? She's pissed. She's pissed. Understood. Alrighty. Oh, maximum hit chance, not maximum crit chance is 95. I was confused for a second. Gotta talk to any of these individuals over here first. No, not really. Some guns, Xenos guns, power swords. Ah. Talk to the Master of Ceremonies. I hope your ladyship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to relieve yourself a little, I will suggest proceeding to the courtyard, if I may be so bold. Many guests have chosen to move to the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. What do you think of the reception? It's magnificent. I dare say it will live on as a premier high society event of the sector for many years. I'll return to the guests. I have a feeling these are my good friends, the fellow rogue traders. Liliandra, there you are. Welcome to my circle, where each member is as powerful, ambitious, and greedy and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Insenia Cordai, watching him with barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you have found yourself very suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. Insenia's gaze turns to you. My servants have brought certain facts to the new rogue trader's biography to my attention. It may be wise of you to do the same, Caligos, unless you wish to face disappointment in the future. You have suffered shame and humiliation in my distant past. There's hints of superiority in her eyes. Her ears are burning. Your mouth is dry. She knows of the shame of your past. It would seem that Mictalus archivists of House Corda have performed regrettably well. Her radiant strength and desire to live and win. Smiles very crooked, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is the unmoving hulk of man clad in armor. Low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation. His bloodshot eyes are expressionless, like a pair of glass buttons. Insenia Corday radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform adorned with purity seals, she's the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is the gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Nods coldly. Hello, welcome to my Dane, honored guest. She always so abrasive. Riskel whispers, his eyes was yours. What can you mean? Today she's in remarkably good form. Kalios, thank you for your visit. Kalios gives you a cheerful and somewhat feral smile. As signs your gratitude, you could return something of mine that has found its way into your pockets. Footfall Station, sound familiar? All I asked you to do was help and crafty slum Vladimir deal threat of famine, not claim my property for yourself. Small brazenly try and take it. You banned Footfall and I saved its people from... Winter Scale, are you asking me for football fact? Will you beg for it? I could just be like... you could, 3 and 1 are tempting. Let's do 3. Brute next to the Winter Scale narrows his bloodshot eyes, his mouth stretching into a gap-toothed grin that's brimming with eagerness, but the grin fades as soon as Caligus, casually and imperiously, gestures for his servants to settle down. A challenge? I love a challenge. Caligus' face turns in grimace hatred, but then he catches Incendia looking at him, breaks into a sly smile. I ought to make your protectorate bleed as compensation, but you have spited both myself and Incendia. It is high time our dear sister curbed her appetites. For this I forgive you, but not test my mercy again. It is not my strong suit. Thwarting Incendiate Quarter's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his fingers, an armored brute hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It's a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime. You can show yourself in action of new blood. Thank you for your wonderful gift, Kalios. Kill someone important with it. That'd be the best way to show gratitude. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as Outlaw thrives in Footfall, and then at long last I had a chance to put an end to it, to seize that thug Vladimir by the throat, to force Footfall to atone, put the fear of him back into the masses, but you interfered, and destroyed my plans for banal profit. Of banal profit. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She was far less concerned for her duty of the Expanse than her own personal interest, but you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the Furbundia system of the pirate scourge, and if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will only have yourself to blame. Priest held his hands, placating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? You threatened the Star Footfall, I brought them to salvation. So which one of us serves the Emperor and which one their own unholy ambitions? I fail to perceive the essence of your sailing mission is base extortion. I bested you. Simple as that. This is trade. I'll go with the first one. Really just shove it in her face. City rolls her eyes. Please, I will believe it no sooner than hearing that half the population of that Dennis heresy has been sent to the void's embrace. I have faith that blessed Liliandra is perceptive enough to see the appalling nature of the residents of that depraved place. Harmonious, your appearance here is unexpected. Esteemed Harmonious is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany on this journey. May the Emperor's light guide your way back across the abyss of human wickedness. I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Sending a smile, racked by a tick, looks sinister. Faith is everything to me. In his name, I have eradicated corruption on hundreds of worlds, and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will, I hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the Quarter name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later, I'll cast them into the void. Funny thing is, people still call me the foul-tempered tyrant and all this. I take it you are not overly fond of Theodora. Sandy lowers her eyes and says without honesty, she was one of the same breed as Asp. She stops short and then continues in a lowered voice. Conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze upon her, I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. Imperium text succeeded. Asp must be Aspice. Aspice Corda. You remember the name. From what you recall, she was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Well, I for one like Theodora. Stories they told of her travels to nameless stars, and yes, there was no fear in you. Who is Aspice Corda to you? Caligo snorks. This is one of Incendia's favorite subjects. She loves talking about Aspice. The example of the contemptible Aspice is a warning to us all. Even among rogue traders empowered by the Emperor himself, the seed of perversion can blossom. You know, since Cynthia's seemingly freeze and choke up at the mention of Aspice, the Patrice condemning words caught her icy rigidness to evaporate, her dark eyes fill with righteous fury. Cynthia's face twitches with the rhythm of artillery fire. That retrobate is my forebearer and my curse. Aspice Corda was a cruel, covetous, blaspheming monster. She fraternized with Xenos, gulp, despised the faith. She robbed and slaughtered, was drawn to dark secrets. One day she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the Corn Expanse. She was declared missing. But I know the bloody day will come when we see Aspice Corda's battle flagship once more. Thank you for this visit, Cynthia. It will not be a long one, I assure you. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. Caligos looks around the hall curiously. One can instantly tell we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, and executioners of Xenos empires. Caligos, you should take this opportunity to try to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not a Xeno menagerie of pirates threshold, or however ridiculous it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. Enjoy your evening. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify such a long voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Leandra. The Emperor protects. That he does. That he does. Okay, anything else? I'm weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Your chambers are ready, but I must inform you that servitor over there, Master of Ceremonies, points at a servitor standing in the corner, dressed in your ship's livery, approached me and said that as a message for you. Its speech was surprisingly fluent and expressive for a servitor, so I think someone must have put this message into it. Master of Ceremonies drops his voice. It could be a secret dispatch. Last thing I wish to do right now is speak to a servitor. Please allow me to escort you, your ladyship. Maybe I should have talked to the servitor. Damn. Oh well. I'm sure my consequences will have actions. Guards and troop. Quiet, time to sleep. We need to talk in private. Who is this?
We have
it's
matters
Salazar.
to discuss, von Valancius.
That's me. One behind Salazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, his face set predatory readiness or immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. If something... I'm not going to shoot the Inquisitor. You're quite mad, Inquisitor. The Inquisition wished to talk to me. I'm glad to be of its service.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account. Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
God, his voice is so cool. After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a regicide player who just made the first move and is now watching for his opponent's reaction. Do you wish to know about the events on Janus?
Oh, I know it already. Even though you were quite effective at removing all evidence that could point to the blunder made by House von Valancius, it is saddening to realize that the rogue trader's connivance allowed a heretic who had been fostering a cult for years to come to power.
Her misdeeds are a stain upon my dynasty's honor, I admit it.
Your humility is heartening. Rest assured, it will be noted during the investigation of your lamentable oversight.
Cool. Feels like an awful lot like an interrogation.
We're in your chambers, not a confessional cell. You're in perfectly good health, and none of the varied and fascinating instruments and procedures that expedite candor are being applied to you. I assure you, you would immediately know if our discussion turned into an interrogation.
How did you come so remarkably well informed?
Are you surprised? You thought the Inquisition was unaware of the circumstances of your deeds. How often do you find yourself thinking that there are things we shouldn't know?
Oh, maybe
about
the servitor
your
was
life?
warning me about this.
It is my job to know everything, and I do it very well. Keep that in mind.
If you knew what was happening at Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
Is that Captain Titus? I think it might be.
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubus Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
My protector is a complex mechanism. I wasn't willing to put its performance at risk because of some paranoid fears. First time here, the priesthood, to which answers crimes, the Devs would do well to watch it remembers. I wish to observe the seeds of corruption will behave. It is prudent to study one's enemies.
I eagerly await the moment when you show me your rosette of the Holy Inquisition. Surely you have it on you. You don't? How strange. I thought that such experiments were within the purview of my esteemed colleagues from the Order.
Oh, you're so close to getting a bolt round to the chest, buddy.
I hope you realize that we're talking about more than the fate of some colony. I care not for a single planet, however profitable and populous. But should corruption raise its head again on Kiava Gamma and try to spread, I will burn it away. And you will be guilty of criminal negligence.
And you will have my seneschal take a thunderhammer, turn it sideways, and right between the cheeks. Just saying.
Yes,
Shikari have shown
yes,
interest in me.
The enmity between you is a known fact, but there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart. Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Xenos have made more attempts on St. Drusius' life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Have I answered all your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you? Was it virtuous of you to allow the warp-stricken Voidsmen to join your crew? The ones who served on the ship that was turned into a trap for you by Kunrad Voitvia? Isn't it possible that they were part of the blight he had sown? The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Is Heinrich staying in my retinue?
Which would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the von Phalanzius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
Then
He can
Master
stay in the-
Van
stay in the
Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
Theodora cooperated
And
with you.
benefited greatly from it. The world's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlass. You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorative fleet, which has
this is
studied the
the
Expanse for hundreds of
sort of
years,
stepping
has
stone to
suddenly
Act
stopped
3.
responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed, and this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Koligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting even more dangerous xenobeasts.
Huh.
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own Master of Whispers.
Hey, that's
The
mine.
Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Okay, I'm not gonna say this. This is an Inquisitor. I have no privileges standing before this man, so what kind of deal are we talking
I
about?
make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid. The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
Adherent, drop to one knee. Lord Inquisitor, it would be the greatest honor to swear an oath of loyalty to you and join the ranks of the Inquisition. On behalf of my house, I, Liliandra von Valencius, hereby promise and guarantee to offer the Inquisition any assistance they may require. The Emperor protects.
I am glad to hear it. Your oath has been heard and added to the record.
Nice.
Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Cool. That was sick. That felt terrifying, first of all. I never want to be interrogated by an Inquisitor again. Yeah, we completed Chapter 2. Oh, cutscene.
The rise of the rogue trader Heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Von Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal.
Nice.
The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
I have a feeling Drukhari lie in my near future. Ew. Oh. You spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factonium's lengthy report of the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you hear the muffled sounds of Dargonis and its everyday life. Life that's been passing you by lately as you are preoccupied with the affairs of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Clementia barely contains a yawn. Once Donrock is finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated, both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Ladyship, we're almost done here. Just need to go over the final items on today's agenda, and I'd like to report to that you personally. Yep, I bet here's some good news today. Truly, God has blessed me with diligent subjects. Speak. Allow me to pass on gifts from your royal subjects, the high nobility of Dargonis. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your Ladyship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, the humble gesture is meant to be taken as the deepest appreciation of your magnanimity towards their esteemed families. This is how I'm reading it, because it feels like we've been here for hours. Oh boy, stuff! House Wissarion made arrangements from the delivery of several tons of supplies from your future journeys. House is also transferring a regiment of its finest into your personnel charge. Each one of these brave troopers have undergone rigorous voidfarer training and will be humbled to lay down their life for you. Lord Captain, Clement's just trying to maintain a neutral expression, but you can see in her face beaming with pride. Please command them as you see fit. Cool. Lord Captain, I have news of particular import that comes from the House Intelligence Network. Lord Inquisitor Salazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Salazar and were also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital wards, House Corda, and Winterscale. It's also possible Lord Inquisitor's called arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships and neutral systems, but I do not doubt that Her Ladyship Corda will attempt to dissuade the Lord Inquisitor to her side. Especially since his lordship's Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out in several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuva Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedation among the populace there. As soon as you have any updates, we will you'll be the first to know. Lastly, your pet Xenos, your let, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the rogue trader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of a Xenos, but the Eldari appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort, and it may be best if she told you everything directly. And with that, please allow me and the Master Don Rock to take our leave. Perhaps the last request will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your Ladyship's stay in Dargonis has been rather long. However, your protector is now enjoying a period of relative stability that, for the time being, no longer demands your Ladyship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. Go on, Git. Where's my Xenos friend? Oh, I've leveled up. Nice. Okay, sure. Go talk to her. Elantok, at last you have left your ornate cage. You let casts look over the stone palace walls. For many a turn I have sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like the Silver Herald Abelard, but twice as young, has no favors for the requests of a child of Asrion. Take me to a place where the hearing others will not steal the words intended for you. While you were mending the wounds in this world left by Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover, no, not Cruderok's fate, merely traces of it. As Muran found sanctuary under the boughs of Lilithane's forest, so did my other kin find refuge in the system, known as the Atlas Reach. We must make journey there with haste, before new dangers destroy the witnesses who can show me a way to the lost Cruderok, whose fate remains shrouded by stars. You'll hear folks piercing gaze upon you. Their knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to the truth, Elantok. I ask that your metal-winged ship take me along that thread before it tears under the strain of time and circumstance. How were you able to contact those Ildari? I did not contact the Oceani. I have no means to do so. But I had enough time to explore the stone jungle of your world while you were preoccupied with urgent matters. The path of the outcast has taught me to observe, listen to the world around me. In this case, the throngs of Monkai at the port, errant conversations, rumors, chance words, like parts of a spectral mosaic, they came together to form a hazy image. My keen were seen in the Atlas Reach. Now all we have to do is pull the web of connections and possibilities to uncover whatever is concealed from the unseeing eye. Give me coordinates and I shall take you wherever you wish to go. You will? The ice in your eyes melt away for a moment. Thank you, Elantok. If this path indeed takes me to the truth, I'll be indebted to you. A rare happening between our kinds. Cool. Okay. So, first of all, we're just going to save real quick. And we are going to call it there. Damn, I look cool as hell. We're going to call it there. It was a good stream today. We got a lot of progress, and we're now in chapter 3 of the game. So, you know, I think chapter 3 is the last one. I could be wrong. So yeah. If you've made it this far in the stream, thank you for watching. If you chatted, thank you for chatting. If you lurked, thank you for lurking. If you enjoyed, thank you for enjoying. See y'all next Thursday. And have a good one.